Hi, 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 and ho, 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 we are back. This is the Boozy Cinnamon Roll. My name is Judson. We're doing 25 days of day drinking and crafting for the holiday season. Today's drink, Diet Coke and spiced rum. Once again, it's a classic. And then today's craft is a new one. It's a throwback to like Victorian times. For me, it's a throwback to like early 2000s, but you know, for the craft itself to Victorian times, maybe earlier, Edwardian perhaps, hard to say. But basically, back in the day, they used to hang paper cones on the Christmas trees with little gifts in them, or candies, or nuts, little treats, that kind of thing. And in 2001, 2002, our outdoor Christmas tree, we used to have it's a whole thing. We used to have a really nice porch on the house that we lived in on 15th Street. And we would put a big tree up on the front porch, and then we would decorate it for our Christmas party. And for the kids, and different years it'd be different things. So one year we had mittens, like one single mitten or glove, like filled with candy. And then another year we had little tin cans that had been spray painted and had like little wire loops at the top to hang the cans on the tree, had been spray painted and then decoupaged with little Christmassy pictures. And I had like candy and little like Happy Meal toys that we had collected for a year, stuffed in there. And then one year we had this sort of Victorian looking paper cone thing. And I had planned and thought how we were going to do it. And then came up with this genius solution. We had a snow cone maker for the boys. And when we got the little snow cone maker, I think it was like a Snoopy snow cone maker, it came with paper cones for the snow cones that looked something like this. And they had snowflakes on them, although I believe those were blue. And so it occurred to me that rather than making 25 or 30 little paper cones and fighting with cardboard or construction paper to do that, that I could just cheat that step and start with these. They already have a cute, festive, wintry, Christmassy vibe on them. And then, just take a few steps as opposed to 25 or 30 steps. So that's what we're going to do today. And basically, I've got a bunch of these paper cones, which I got these I got a bunch of them at Sam's Club, but you can probably get them at Walmart or from eBay. And then I've got tinsel pipe cleaner, fuzzy Chanel stems, green and red, and I've got this red lace trim that I am quite certain came from Walmart in the 90s. Not exactly sure what craft that was for. But yeah, I have appropriated it and we're using it for this. So this is an easy one. Take a hole puncher. If you don't really have a hole puncher, that's okay too. You can make a little hole with like your scissors, but I happen to have a hole puncher. So I'm taking the hole punch, and I'm just gonna put a hole right under the lip of the cone. Just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. This is so, when I get around to, when I'm ready to string it up, I've got the holes all ready, and I'm not having to deal with whatever trim or whatever I did to it after that. Then I'm going to start with this one, with the red lacy one. Basically, figure out how much trim I need to go around the top of the of the paper cone. Cut that off. And then just use the glue gun. Put a small bead of hot glue. Again, with the... I like the precision tip on this because, you know, I don't want a whole lot of hot glue, like making a mess of it, but also, why is mine hate me so? Okay, that's a little better. And just kind of easily put the glue, roll the trim around the edge until you've gone all the way around. And what's kind of funny, when I was getting ready to do this craft, was I asked the boys, my sons, who are grown men, hey, do you remember the year that we, you know, did these cones like this? Crickets. I got crickets. Paul a little bit remembers the Snoopy ice machine, like snow cone machine, and wanted to know what happened to it because he would like snow cones. He likes snow cones. Why don't we still have it? But he doesn't remember the thing. And it occurred to me that in my reluctance to repeat themes or repeat crafts or repeat, we've already done that. We don't want to do that again. Yeah, it's possible that I should have maybe repeated them a little sooner than, you know, 20 years on. Just a thought, just a thought. Okay, so here we go. Got the little lace trim around the edge there. And then I just take a shiny tinsel, put it through the hole on one side. And on this one, because of where the lace lined up, you can kind of put it around the lip and twist it like so. And then kind of make an arch. And on the other side, what I do is I just poke it through the hole. And then, since I don't want to like mess up the lace, you know, what I do is I just kind of fold it over and then twist it so I kind of have a knot. Something that's bigger than the hole so that when it pulls, it won't pull through the hole. And there you go. Easy little Christmas paper cone that you hang on a tree and fill it with candy and treats. I have another version that I was thinking about. Instead of using the lace trim, using the chenille stems, and what I came up with using a chopstick. Just take the chenille stem around one end of the chopstick, kind of bend it around, hold it in place with your finger, and then just wrap the craft stem around the chopstick, and then kind of smush it up together and pull it off, and you've got this coil. And I've got 5 of these coils. And what I thought we could do is kind of take it, see how it's round, and then just kind of gently fold it over in one direction so that it's flattened, and pull it out a little bit. Not too much, because you don't really want to stretch it out, but so that you have kind of see it's a little bit flattened on one side. And then carefully, again with the hole punch a hole, 2 holes in the side so that we can hang it later. And then just take these little flattened ones and kind of glue it around the edge here. So I thought, since it was red, that the red chenille stem would kind of stand out and be like an option on the trim there.
Basically what I'm doing here is just gluing those little pieces of pipe cleaner stem, chenille stem trim around the edge, so that it's a continual finished trim.
All right, turns out I didn't need 5 of those loops. I just needed 4. And then just kind of glue it on there. And you get this kind of an alternate kind of, whoops, kind of like a velvet trim, I guess, kind of, but with chenille stems. And then you can either use a red one, or I'm gonna go with the green one. So I've got a green one, a little bit thinner. I'll just kind of poke it. This, because of how I did the holes and because I was careful with when I was doing the red, I think you can just loop it through the hole punch part and then twist it around your pipe cleaner there. And then do the same over here. And there you go. And it's kind of a fun little, party favor that you can hang on your tree. Mix and match with different fabrics, different kinds of trim, whatever works best for you, whatever matches your decor. I don't have any candy to put in them yet, but I guarantee that by the time my granddaughters come around, they'll be filled with candy, at least enough candy for them to take home. And certainly when my great nieces and nephews show up, same deal there. Stuff them full of candy and send them home. That's my motto. Thank you for showing up. If you're new here, wow, you watched the whole video. Props to you. Give us a like, give us a follow, do all the things, leave a comment, share it with your friends. My name is Judson. Like I said, this is the Boozy Cinnamon Roll. We're doing 25 days of holiday crafting and day drinking. Hope to see you again. Catch you on the flip side.